You're watching Arts Upload. We're here at the Garment District Museum downtown. But our next story involves a trip to independence.
And an answer to the question, what is PAI?
It's the Puppetry Arts Institute, a place that preserves and promotes puppets, of course.
And all because of a woman named Hazelle Rollins, who at the time ran what was the world's largest puppet-making factory right here in Kansas City. Ashley Holcroft is the producer pulling the strings.
Welcome to the Puppetry Arts Institute. It's teeming with hundreds of the most interesting puppets. From hand to shadow to aloof, well, not really, to a myriad of marionettes, offering workshops, exhibits, puppet shows, a library, even a gift shop. But this puppet mecca wouldn't have been possible without the unlikely career of puppet master Hazelle Rollins. And as the story goes, Hazelle wouldn't have gotten her start if it weren't for the lad on the left who asked her to fashion him a pal for his Italian-made marionette. That triggered the events that would eventually lead her to wild success, which included growing her company to be the largest puppet manufacturing factory in the world. She eventually ended up selling the company, the buyer ended up tanking that company, and thousands of puppet parts were in limbo until puppet devotee, Independence's own Diane Houck and her organization snatched them up to realize Rollins' dream.
Hazelle had written at one time that she wanted a puppet museum because she was also a collector. And she didn't get any support from what she called the city fathers. So I said, if we're going to do this, let's try to do her dream. Let's earn the money and try to have a place that honors her and honors puppetry.
So after pounding the pavement for 7 years, they finally raised the $10,000 needed. And in 2001, they made Hazelle's dream a reality.
We found this place. I grew up in Inglewood. My dad started the Inglewood 5 and 10. I was an Inglewood kid, so I walked in this place. we'd looked at so many other places. And I said, this is perfect. We labored over our name for a long time. We wanted to put puppetry first. We wanted arts because we wanted it to be known as an art form. And then the last word, we didn't want to be a center. What were we? And one of our members said, we are an educational institute because we want to educate people. I said, perfect.
And that commitment to education is ingrained in everything that PAI does. Like this summer's exhibit, shining the light on female puppeteers from the 1920s through 50s.
I started doing research on it because I didn't know about all of these ladies. These were sisters Marie and Mildred Gordon that were from Chicago, and we don't have a lot of information about them. They asked the place where they were going to the hospital if they had a platform, so they didn't have to take that. And they said, oh yeah, we have something. Well, they got there and they didn't have anything. And they put them on 2 wicker chairs.
Oh no.
And they were trying to work these marionettes, and the whole curtain came down, and they said they got lots of laughs. The soldiers thought it was really funny. They said, oh, you were better than Eddie Cantor when he came to see us.
But before we go too much further, there's one last thing I didn't tell you. While Hazelle was building her worldwide puppet empire, Diane was doing some globetrotting of her own.
Well, I lived in England for 3 years during the 60s. I lived in Taiwan, Malaysia, and Indonesia, and Thailand, and Iraq, and Egypt, and Nigeria, and it was a wonderful time. And when I went to London, I'd never been in a big city, and I want kids in the Midwest to have a world view. I think it's really important. And puppets are such a good way to do it because it's something they're interested in.
So she brought back dozens of puppets plucked from various corners of the world and united them here in the PAI International Room.
We don't do a formal tour with kids about, well, this puppet came from so-and-so and this puppet came from so-and-so. But what I do is I listen to the kids when they're looking. And if they're asking a question like, where's that? I have a good map, and I take them over and I say, this is where Thailand is. Oh, and this is where you live. And oh, you know. But with kids, you need to have them ask the question, because then they're interested in the answer.
Now, you may be thinking, really? Kids and antique puppets? It's only a matter of time before one of them loses an arm, or an antler, or a fan.
We don't have things under glass. We know that the children would like to touch things, but this is part of our mission, is we have signs that say thank you for not touching, and this is how we teach children how to come into a place like this and respect the objects that we have on view. Occasionally we get more adults touching things than we do kids.
But this isn't a place of just hands-off. Hands-on is highly encouraged at the Make Your Own Authentic Hazel Puppet Workshop.
And they paint it the way they want it. And I say, if you want a girl with blue hair or you want a green monkey, great. It's your imagination. Have fun with it.
And after the paint dries, the kids hit the big stage to learn how to use their new friend.
What is your favorite food?
You know, the usual stuff, spaghetti, macaroni and cheese, grandma's.
You eat grandma's?
No, I'm kidding.
Well, that's about it for PAI. But what about those thousands of puppet parts? Well, they're kept on the lowest level of a storage facility located deep within the Earth's crust, where they wait. No, seriously, they, along with hundreds of off-duty puppets that look like they're serving some pretty hard time, are all in a storage area in the Independence Caves. But enough of that. Let's buoy back to the surface and let Giovanni and Maria give some words of advice.
Hi, this is Maria, and come see the puppets that are here. Come schedule a visit. You'll like it so much that you want to come until you're 50. Or 100. I'm thinking 100.